This vodcast is just a help for you to get started in 1.1. On the second page here of this file you'll see a problem which I've already put up a vodcast for on the blog, and so it just gives a detailed working out of this particular example for you, so I'm not going to discuss this any further. There's already a vodcast there. It's important, this particular page here, that you take notice here of some of the options, because this is how you'll be working and using these files throughout this year, and I'll discuss this with you further a little bit later. Here, let's just look at this first problem here and just how will you go about it. Well, notice here you can draw all the lines on this one particular graph. I've provided that for you, but we've already discussed how to do this. That's the form there, y equals mx plus c, and so there's the 2, that's the m, the gradient, there's the 5. So this one here you'd be counting up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you say, okay, well we're going through there. There's the gradient, the rise over run is 2 over 1, go up 2 across 1, so there it is there, and that's your line through that particular point there. So that's just how you go about those with all of these problems. This one here, exactly the same as the previous question, except that you've got just to rearrange it, converting it first to y equals mx plus c. This question here, same story, just converting it to the form of y equals mx plus c first. So to do that, well, that one's already in that form, so that's easy. This one here you'd need to shuffle it round to get y by itself. Y equals, we've got to get the 1 over the other side, the x over the other side. How do we do that? Take x from both sides, so it becomes a minus x, take 1 away. So we've got a gradient of minus 1 and a y-intercept of minus 1. This is very, very like the example that we did back here. This one here, it's pretty much the same sort of thing, so I'm not going to discuss that any further. This one here, nearly the same, but it's asking you to write a rule. So I'm thinking of two numbers. He says I want to double the first and triple the second, and so forth. So doubling the first number, how would you write that? If x and y are the two numbers, it talks about doubling the first and then adding to that triple of the second. The result's 30. Doubling this, tripling this, equaling 30. You got it? And how you do that? So once you've written that, that'll be a linear equation, and again you'll shuffle that around to the form y equals mx plus c. It does say plot here. Plot's different to sketching, because plotting means you need to get one of those tables and so on. Look, you don't have to do that. It's quite okay to write y equals mx plus c, that form there. Use the y-intercept. There it is. See, use that as the y-intercept and that as the gradient, rather than making up this table, where you've got your x values and your y values, and you know what I'm talking about here, don't you? X values in here, put it in, calculate them. You just don't need to do that. It's nonsense. Next question. Again, similar worded problem. Not going to go through it. Yeah, okay, these ones are perhaps a little bit different to anything we've looked at so far. I might put these into a second vodcast, so I'll stop this one.